Luxury isn't wealth. In fact, for many people, looking rich is actually one of the fastest ways to stay broke. The designer clothes, the expensive car, the latest phone, the flashy lifestyle. Most of it isn't financial success. It's financial insecurity, disguised as status. And after working in banking and seeing how wealthy people actually behave with money, I realized something surprising. The people who look the richest are often the ones under the most financial pressure, while the truly wealthy, they often look normal. So in this video, I'm going to break down why looking rich can quietly destroy your finances, the psychology behind status spending, and how shifting this mindset could completely change your future. Humans are wired for status. We naturally compare ourselves to others. Better clothes, better cars, better neighborhoods, better vacations. And companies know this. That's why billions are spent every year convincing you that luxury equals success. But here's the truth. A lot of people aren't buying luxury because they're wealthy. They're buying it to appear wealthy. And that difference matters. Because real wealth is ownership. Fake wealth is appearance. One builds freedom. The other builds pressure. I learned this early in my finance career. When I first started earning more money, I did what many people do. I upgraded. Nicer clothes, better restaurants, more expensive experiences. And at first, it felt amazing. But then something strange happened. My income increased, but so did my expenses. And despite earning more, I didn't actually feel wealthier. I just had more financial obligations. That's when I realized many luxury purchases don't buy freedom, they buy maintenance. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Basically, every time your lifestyle improves, your brain adapts. That new car? Normal after a few months. Designer bag? Loses emotional impact. Luxury apartment? Becomes your baseline. Then your brain wants more, and more, and more. It's a cycle with no finish line. You're constantly upgrading, but never arriving. This is why so many high earners still feel broke, not because they don't earn enough, but because their spending rises just as fast as their income. Lifestyle inflation is one of the biggest silent killers of wealth, and social media makes this even worse. Because now, people aren't just comparing themselves to neighbors, they're comparing themselves to millions of curated highlight reels. And that pressure can quietly bankrupt your future. Here's the major mindset shift. Rich-looking people spend money to signal status. Actually wealthy people spend money to acquire assets. One buys liabilities, the other buys freedom. For example, a finance luxury car might look impressive, but it often comes with monthly payments, insurance, maintenance, depreciation. Meanwhile, that same money invested consistently could compound for decades. So while one person is driving status, another is quietly buying options, and options are real wealth. The option to leave a toxic job, the option to travel, the option to retire earlier, the option to live on your terms. That's what wealth actually is. Not appearances, freedom. Looking rich often creates hidden pressure. Because once you build an image, you feel forced to maintain it. This can trap people in jobs they hate, debt cycles, overspending habits, chronic stress. I've seen people earning 6 figures, living paycheck to paycheck, purely because their lifestyle became too expensive to sustain. And from the outside, they looked successful. Inside, they were financially fragile. This is one of the biggest financial illusions in modern culture. High income does not equal wealth. High savings and strong investments do. A person earning less but investing aggressively may be far wealthier than someone earning more and overspending constantly. Real wealth is often quiet. Because wealthy people understand something important. Money is a tool, not a costume. They prioritize investments, businesses, assets, tax efficiency, time freedom, over constant upgrades, image maintenance, status purchases. In fact, Many millionaires live far below their means because they know every unnecessary dollar spent today is future freedom sacrificed. And once I understood this, my entire relationship with money changed. I stopped asking, what makes me look successful? And started asking, what makes me financially powerful? That single shift can change everything. So how do you stop looking rich and start building real wealth? Here are a few powerful shifts. 1. Delay upgrades. Just because your income rises doesn't mean your lifestyle should. 2. Prioritize assets first. Invest before upgrading. 3. Audit your purchases. Ask, is this improving my life or my image? 4. Reduce comparison triggers. Social media can massively distort financial priorities. 5. Define your own version of success. Freedom greater than validation. Because once you stop buying to impress others, you create space to build actual security. At the end of the day, looking rich often benefits everyone except you. Brands profit, banks profit, lenders profit, but your long-term wealth usually suffers. Because status spending delays the one thing that truly matters: financial independence. And the irony is, once you become genuinely wealthy, you often feel less need to prove it, because confidence replaces validation. Real wealth is internal security, not external performance. So remember, luxury isn't always wealth. Sometimes, it's financial pressure wearing expensive clothes. Stop chasing appearances. Start building assets. Because the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially free. And those are two very different paths. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more videos like this.